Welcome to the UDP podcast where a group of friends get together, talk about gaming-related topics, offering both informed and uninformed opinions. I'm Luminary, and I'm accompanied today by my co-hosts, the Nordic Cajun,
Hello.
the Eternal Barcode, and Flight Master, Jaime.
Hello, I have way less lag than Nordic apparently.
I forgot to press my press to talk button. That was me. I said hello twice. Y'all only heard one.
No, we heard the crickets in the background. I mean, it's a Louisiana thing, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Down in the bayou.
And the Empress of Tempest from the Emerald Dream, Reina.
I've been spending too much time in WoW.
I've been really
Too
enjoying.
much.
Y'all are teasing me. Like I showed Raina the other day. I had my finger over the "I'm going to buy" button.
I don't know how many level 80s I have right now, but I have 2 paladins, 2 druids at the very least, and I'm just like, let me get lost in those delves.
Delves. Speaking of delves, Jaime has words for us.
I do. 10% of all revenue that we generate through the show, through ads, donations, bits, or whatever, goes to the Trevor Project. And our wonderful our mascot Ping should have some more information.
The Trevor
I'm not sure
Project
if he's
is a
going to show up on
leading
screen today.
organization working to end
He might be taking a nap.
LGBTQ youth suicide in the
He's
US
talking.
and
Oh, no.
beyond. The non-profit operates several programs to help prevent and respond to the public health crisis of LGBTQ youth suicide, including 24/7 free crisis services, research, advocacy, education, and peer support.
Thank you, Invisible Ping.
Invisibrew.
Just a reminder, this is an opinion show. We have no money, so don't sue us. You won't get anywhere. But our views also don't reflect that of any company that we talk about. But we're going to certainly imply it, because fuck those people when they're being dumb. I mean, what?
Mhm.
Well,
Hi, hello. What are we talking about this week?
that's a good question. I've got some pretty meh stuff going on, but I know Reina wanted to talk about a particular kernel at some point. I think that was this. Is that Reina?
Yeah, Sanders, which is fun. Are we getting started on that right now? Because I know
Absolutely.
you brought up something with what they brought, with the KFC gaming and stuff like that. I think what it was it a console or something that they had. But
Yes,
If
the
they had a
only
console,
gaming PC with a chicken warmer in it. Yes.
I need
yeah, imagine
details.
we we'd have to link it. Hold on one sec. My brain isn't braining right now.
I got you.
You can get back to it if you'd like.
Uh, I guess.
I
But
got it.
yeah,
I'll link it
ain't
in
no
chat.
thing, chicken wing.
But yeah, tell us
Sorry,
about
my
it.
brain is like Leroy Jenkins.
It's all good.
I just don't know. I forgot who the dev was that was like trying to get Colonel Sanders in I forgot the game, but they wanted him as a character and they
In
said no, and I'm
Tekken.
like, why? Oh, for Tekken, yeah, Tekken chicken. Uh, but I
Kentucky
don't
Fried
understand why
Chicken.
they said I don't know why they said no though, because they have a gaming Twitter page that they haven't updated since 2022. It's like they want to like separate from that. Maybe it was a bane of their existence or like growing pain or whatever. But if you have a KFC gaming Twitter page and you have a KFC dating simulator, I don't see why you don't want
Can we back that up just a half second? KFC
yeah, it
dating
was a
simulator?
I
KFC
remember that.
yeah,
What?
RP sim on Steam. They have that, but they won't
Oh
do
my
Tekken.
god.
Which is crazy to me because, like, in today's lovely economic world, especially when it comes to the fried chicken game, there's only a handful of contenders that are really on top, like Popeyes and KFC and
Chicken
Churches.
contenders.
I had the joke in front of me. I didn't even take it. Thank you, Raina. But they're the only ones with an actual mascot. Popeyes doesn't really have one, despite the name, and Churches, of course, doesn't have one. So why not capitalize on that and become like the forefront of memes and join the Tekken? Like, there's no Tekken fighter out there that can handle all the herbs and spices. I mean, come on, bring it to the streets, baby. Wait, wrong
Listen,
game.
listen, they should have just capitalized on it because people would be playing that game. Just like back in Mother's Day, a couple of years back, they had the Chippendale dancers freaking do a "Hey, thanks, mom." And they
What?
had so
What?
it's okay for chicken strips, but it's not okay. You haven't seen the commercial for that?
No,
No.
I didn't even know that existed. Well, I've heard of
Oh,
Chippendales.
hold on. Yeah, they called it the Chickendales.
Oh no. Obviously, we
Hold
won't be
on, I'm
able to
gonna find
play it
it.
on the stream, but
I
what the
will link it
shit?
though.
Absolutely.
While she's
I
getting the
love
link,
you, mom.
I'm actually looking at this KFC gaming thing. Did this ever make it to market, or is that they're developing, or what? Like
That's
what?
Cooler Master. That exists. You could get that from Cooler Master.
Well, they've got a landing page for it on Cooler Master's site, but I don't see any method of buying it. Like, yeah,
No, there's
it's
no link to like
Maybe it
order.
was
landing.coolermaster.com. So
for April Fools.
maybe. Because the funny part is, they're like, oh, we've got an NVIDIA video card. Yeah, what kind? And it's got 3.5-inch SSDs. Like a,
SSD's nut.
yeah.
Core i9 9th gen.
Yeah, I posted the video in stream chat for anybody who wants to see it.
That has got to be an April Fool's joke.
I must be looking in the wrong area. Which chat?
Uh, the stream chat.
Stream chat. I'm dumb. No, my son's stuffed whooper is in the way. I cannot see the chat.
That
So they could
is,
do that with Sanders, but they couldn't do that with Tekken.
That was years ago. I probably doing it. AF.
Oh, I actually do
that's
remember this.
really weird.
Oh my gosh.
I got to see if this thing actually exists. So what's interesting about that whole thing is that I think it's Tanaka or is it Takeda? One of those two.
I think it's Tanaka for Tekken.
Yeah, that's the xenophobic guy we ripped on like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't speak to anybody that doesn't speak Japanese, and such is his right on his little. But he went to the Japanese corporate office, so chances are they're not going to be willing to. Like if he would have like gone and went to wherever the business offices of KFC is in the U.S., I'm pretty sure like heck yeah, can he have guns too? I think that would have been the conversation.
Oh, absolutely. They would have found a way to make his rage art just dunking somebody in some boiling oil.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah,
Like,
so the Chickendale stuff flies, but Tekken no. Even though you have a KFC gaming Twitter page.
I
Like,
don't
okay,
get
okay,
it.
KFC, be horny on me, go for it. But
Well,
you're missing an opportunity.
I'm saying.
In that same article, they're still pushing for a Waffle House battle background. So
Yeah.
and they were considering it too.
That would be
So
awesome.
it's gonna
versus KFC versus Wendy's. Go for it.
wait.
It would-
It's gonna be a Waffle House background. Like, is it gonna be from Florida?
Well, like you'll be fighting in the Waffle House parking lot, I guess, or maybe inside the
You're-
Waffle House, and you just
you
can't.
just-
No.
You'll just
Can
see
you
the
just
girl
imagine
in the
having like all of the freaking characters, even the Burger King in there, like between like Wendy's roasting people, like verbally
Oh,
and
yeah.
physically.
Wendy's goes hard on Twitter.
Yeah, they
Oh yeah.
do.
Holy shit, they have. I've watched them absolutely wreck people with no mercy. It's really funny.
I've seen some good stuff from Arby's too. Like the fast food Twitter verse is actually a nice canon to get involved with.
Yeah, and then people are like silenced brand.
But we're not getting Colonel Sanders, and apparently KFC isn't ready to give those secret herbs and spices to the fighting world. What it is.
But they will do
Interesting.
for a dating sim.
Yep.
Boo.
That I don't know. Was that actually sponsored in, or was it they just did it and KFC just didn't do anything?
I don't know. I would imagine it would be a trademark thing, though. I mean, wouldn't you kind of?
Let me go look this up. It was what was it called? KFC dating sim?
It was. Hold on, let me try to look it up.
Bet you he was too anime.
Animu. It could be any worse than that Chicken Dale's video.
There it is. I love you,
Oh.
Colonel Sanders.
I love you, Colonel
I love you.
Sanders.
Yeah.
A finger licking good dating simulator. No. Who developed it? And it's free on Steam.
Published for
It's
KFC.
free.
Oh
It's
no.
free.
KFC, why?
No.
Yeah, so
Oh.
they made a dating sim. I love
Sanders
you.
senpai.
But he
Oh my
can't go in
God.
there and get his hands dirty in the fighting game.
So when you look up KFC, you get Cricket 24. Okay, cool. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Odd, yes. Love, Esquire, and Kinky Fight Club show up.
Kinky
What?
Fight Club?
But Chicken Tricks has got my attention. What is this? It's like a...
Is that Battle
I don't even-
Royale with eggs and stuff? That's crazy.
I think, yeah.
A
What
gang-
is on Steam these days? I might just be old as fuck.
literally
But god
Do
damn.
not ask questions you do not want answers to, sir.
That's true.
Nintendo has
Yeah.
won
Sorry,
again against other emulators. The Ryujinx emulator is no longer downloadable. The GitHub repository has been taken down. It is not a thing. So Nintendo apparently approached was it Goku maintainer for that repo, and they were like, "Hey, I take all this stuff down." It's like, all right, and it all disappeared, like nothing. So
It makes sense though, because Nintendo is very protective of their IP. And that would have been a copyright or intellectual property claim. Not a patent claim, you dicks! Anyways, what?
Oh, Nintendo just I mean, I agree. The whole actual hardware, especially at this generation, the Switch, very early in the game to try to be emulating that. It really is. I could see the old school games like the NES, the SNES, even up into the Wii. That's fine and dandy because you really can't get your hands on most of that stuff anymore unless you go paying $400 to $500 for a friggin' hardware system. I'm looking at you, all Nintendo DS owners. But, sir, I am on a podcast.
Harrison
The
don't care.
Nordling. he don't care.
He's Honey Badger, man.
He
Oh my god. A honey badger child.
that's this one. But
that would be terrifying.
I stand by what I said. But yeah, like the market right now for like games alone is ridiculous. I saw a copy of Pokemon Platinum for $279 on eBay just for a cartridge, not even the case. So, yeah, emulation is not going anywhere, and there's a reason why they're more hardcore on the Switch emulation than they are on the old school stuff, because the old school stuff no longer makes the money. Hence why they shut down all the eShops. The Switch is their cash cow. They ain't sharing no piece of the cow while that thing is their main thing. Even when the new Switch comes out, well, I'm assuming sometime next holiday season, um, the first Switch is still going to be watched like a hawk. You're going to have to wait till the next system for Nintendo comes out before you emulate the Switch safely without them coming at you and knocking on your door.
Don't they
So
go after NES emulators as well, though?
Yeah, they went after your Game Boy emulator.
Yeah,
But
so
at the
I don't think
same
they'll
but
ever not do it, though.
But at the same time, you can go on Android and the Google Play Store, iOS, and many places on the internet and find plenty of ways to emulate stuff. I have an emulator on my Android right now that I got from the Google Play Store. So they're not nearly as potent when it comes to the old school stuff as they are with their stuff that actually makes them money. So it's Nintendo. Nintendo's gonna do a Nintendo. Is that how we said it?
Nintendo.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
Nintendo.
Small side tangent. I don't know with the ads. It says ad starts in 1 minute, so I have no idea. It was just like, hey, starting
Well, I hit the snooze button, so hopefully that'll stop it.
I hope. I mean, it says it doesn't start for another minutes, but I did my best, Twitch. I promise. Yeah, no, emulation's going on. I know that if you really want to get into it, there's some other solutions out there as far as emulators are concerned, like RetroPie and Arch Arcade, that you can take and install on a virtual machine and use your GPU shaders and rock it out of all those classic ROMs that you own physical copies.
Correct. I have hard copies of all my ish.
Yep. So, but yeah, that's a thing that happened. Epic is suing sued Google for rights to have their own store, and now they're going after Samsung. That's a thing now.
Huh?
Yep.
So Epic is a whiny bitch. They're mad at
We knew this.
they're mad at Valve for having Steam, which arguably is one of the better platforms for developers because, you get bandwidth paid for your entire life. Like, people can download your game. Valve pays the bill for that. The game is stored indefinitely until you take it down or you break the law. They give developers a lot of marketing tools and shit for 30%, which, when you add everything together to try and do that on any other platform, it's really expensive. And Epic gets really, really pissy all the time saying, you're making such a great platform and we don't want to make a great platform, therefore we think we need to sue you. So with that in mind, and the closed ecosystem of the Android and Samsung stores, how the fuck are they trying to justify this lawsuit?
They've been reading Nintendo's law book.
Well, from an article I read from the PC, they were talking about the steps it takes to side install applications. Like 11 steps now. It used to be by default off or by on. It used to be done by and they detailed how many steps it takes to be able to use a third-party store on the platform. Because if you're using Android, you're either using Pixel or you're using Samsung. Right? I mean, there's like M1. But yeah, that's what you're using. That's the store that you right. Can't get around it. What can you do? Nothing. So I think having third-party stores on your phone opens up the like. I would love to see a like itch.io mobile app to play games virtualized. Right. I would love to see a lot of stuff virtualized on your phone from Epic if they ever get around to being streaming service. But it all comes down to the ability to sideload. You can't sideload it without 11-step process.
Well, that's done for security reasons, right? Like, when you allow sideloading by itself with no precautions, it allows an attacker to do exactly that. You plug in your USB cable to your phone because you're like, oh, I want to get something off my phone onto my computer. If you've got malware on your machine just looking for an Android that's got sideloading opened up, you've now sideloaded, malware to your machine. The reason they turned that shit off was to prevent that from happening.
Yep. And more often than not, most users won't actually go out and thing anyway. A little bit outside of like, for example, I actually had to turn that on kids' phone, sideloading, because you can't download the original. So he actually went out and found the APK and he manually installs it.
That's funny.
Angry Birds Star Wars.
That's his jam. He loves some Angry Birds and he loves some Star Wars.
I mean, interesting. I never knew that was a thing.
Well, they got other bullshit like it's Transformers. Don't play that. But yeah, like I mean,
I'm just waiting for Angry Birds Sonic Adventure 2 battle.
I know that if you're developing for Android, you need the ability to, because you're not on a store building the APK in Android Studio.
Can you imagine Angry Birds Robux or Blocks?
They probably already have it.
They got a Roblox for everything.
No.
In fact, there's a small news outlet that's attacking Roblox right now for It's popular finance. Popular financial newsletter accuses Roblox of enabling this. We've actually talked about all the shit with Roblox,
Yep.
but they're
Yeah,
big.
I'm not a fan of how they do it.
Well, the whole thing is that it is a kid platform for children, right? And where there are children, what else is there?
Predators.
That's
I can do follow-up answers.
yeah. That
I
was.
can refrain from writing things in chat.
Yep.
I mean, the stuff that we talked about ended up being like child labor, these sweatshops that produce garbage Roblox games using kids
Money
because
laundering.
money laundering, like the whole thing. Uh, but this one is actually targeted on predators seeking out finding children and grooming them, making special rooms called. I had it at the tip of my tongue too. Don't you hate that? This is a problem about getting old. The fact that you'll have it right in the edge of your brain and it falls the fuck off and you can't.
Yeah.
Condo games.
What?
Condo games.
Ondo?
Condos. Like housing.
Yeah. That's the first time I've heard this phrase in
Yeah,
terms of this.
and that's where the predators take and they do have them perform sexual acts for groomed children and all kinds. It's some sick stuff.
Really?
Yep. I mean,
All
Dang.
right. Well, time to get some flamethrowers. I mean,
Well-
no, I didn't say that out loud, did I?
Roblox has also come out and the CEO's like, no, dude, that's the way it goes. Like the majority of our player base is like is
Like,
people is under 13 and the chances of finding those things are slim to none. But you also got to think this like platforms like Roblox is effectively a sirloin stockade for predators anyway.
And
I
the
wish
way
you hadn't used those words because now I'm disturbed.
What sirloin stockade? I could have just said something else like
No, it's okay. It's all good.
okay.
My brain is now dying inside.
I mean, we're also talking about the same platform that doesn't have any type of regulation or vetting of games once they're put on the platform. So you'll find stuff like Holocaust shooting simulators and
Ugh.
school shooting simulators, and like especially they could become especially popular during those events here in the U.S. Like,
Mm,
God
yeah.
damn it.
yeah,
I
no.
hate people.
But
I hate
anyway,
people more than I normally do. And that takes a lot.
CEO is against it. Like this happens very rarely. We take down the condo games within like a minute. This is just an attempt by a story seller, like journalists that sell their stories. And
Freelance.
yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
to gain because the bulk of what happens on Roblox, what they're talking about is like cases last year. Mind you, the ideal number is 0 cases, but
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. That would be the best case. Jesus.
You know what Roblox doesn't have?
what doesn't have it.
Thrall voicing directions on Waze.
Oh my god, that's
I
right.
I
wanted
heard
to
about
get it, but I
Thrall
don't
doing
use Waze.
something.
Do
It
tell.
makes me want to. It makes me want to download that. I don't know if I haven't downloaded it just to try it out, but I really hope it is Chris Metzen giving directions. Human, this is where you need to go. It will take you
Loktar.
45 minutes to get there. No, turn around. U-turn. Off a cliff. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not Apple Maps.
It sounds like somebody trying to install the Gordon Ramsay voice over there. You donkey, turn left, and all that good stuff. I would love to have Thrall yelling at me. That'd be great.
And when you
You
arrive, he
have
screams
reached your
for the horde.
destination. For the horde.
For the Horde, Loktar.
I mean, admittedly, that does sound pretty rad.
Hey, if it's Sylvana, she'll be like, disappear into the cleft of shadows.
Or she'll be like, I didn't commit war crimes, I promise. The tree deserved to
The
die.
next expansion.
Okay, that raises my question. My current quote unquote subscription, if I were to start up, is at Dragonflight. How far behind is that to y'all?
So I actually
Uh,
did some research because I bought a PC for my wife, and I was like, so
Mhm.
how much? Because the last time she played, it was Legion, right? As that's a
That's
bit
like
ago.
3 expansions ago.
It is. So check this out. Like the previous expansion to the current expansion will contain all expansions farther back. So you're in Dragonflight now. All you have to do is buy the War Within, and you're good. For her, I have to buy Dragonflight, and then I have to buy War Within. Because Dragonflight will contain everything from Legion all the way to
until they
Dragonflight.
bundle it, though, right?
Oh no. Well, yeah. Once I'm wondering because the War Within is supposed to be part one of a 3-part series. So I'm wondering.
Oh yeah,
I forgot. I don't know if you have to
we're
buy all 3
within
separately.
midnight and something else. It's 3 different expansions coming up, but yeah, there's midnight and then there's the other expansion. I forgot.
Hey, they mentioned it. I'm wondering if it's marketed as like a third, DLC, so you actually have to pay for all of them. But then again, once they get past that, and they anyway, because it's all just going to get bundled together. But yeah, no, I had to check and figure out like how much am I going to actually. Turns out you can't even buy the other expansions on the WoW shop anyway. You just go pick up Dragonflight, pick up the War Within, and you're good.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like Elmo smashing his face into the pile of confectioner sugar.
Okay. Um. Yeah, no, just to catch up, and it's been a lot of fun. Is Joycey going to play with you, or are you going to like closet WoW? I'm trying to figure out how you're going to.
It's just gonna be a side quest for me. It's not gonna be anything huge. Like I couldn't probably pay her to play that game, to be completely honest, just because of her past trauma. So if I were to play, it would strictly just be side questing with you guys. It wouldn't be anything dramatic.
Oh, I admit.
Just know I pull a lot of stuff on my Rep Paladin, but I'm also gonna see about trying to tank with her too. Uh,
She's been very busy putting people to shame this week
Oh,
playing
yeah,
WoW.
I've been on my Rep Paladin. I've been out DPSing people while also doing side heals. Like I almost matched the healer in one of my heroic dungeons with heals on my just doing instant cast heals.
paladins have
It's pretty bad.
always been overpowered anyway. Just spews heals and damage all over the place between concentration. Like even
So the Holy Paladins got nerfed, but
oh,
Prot Paladins and Rep Paladins got buffed.
I
Yeah.
remember a friend who played nothing but Paladin. He would just run around, aggro all the mobs in the area, and then just not lose HP. And I'm just sitting there like,
We had bubbles.
there's a consecration on the ground, and then just heal, heal, heal. Everything's dead. Okay, cool.
Sounds like my old time in what is it? Stratholme when I was farming stuff back in the day.
I actually
Just
missed that
bubble,
because
gather bubble and consecration.
I never got that mount. That was my only regret back in the day.
You can still get it. It's still 1%, but you can still get it.
they
Still
revamped
drops like a
Stratholme,
rivet
didn't
there.
they? It's no longer just a face roll. You actually have to like.
Yeah, I came back not too long ago with some other friends who wanted to play, and I tried to go solo it, and they made it to where you can't just go in there and one shot. I mean, it's a whole ordeal to do it now. It's so weird.
Oh no. No, you can do it. Like there's you can actually unlock there's a certain part where you can actually unlock the whole thing too. And also you can go back and do old stockade not stockades. You can do old Solomance. I did old
Hmm.
Solomance for the transmog. You can actually unlock that too. Yeah. Sorry. They did that they released it in what is it? They released that in Dragonflight. So people it's like a it's one of those secrets of Dragonflights, you know how the secret finders. So that was part of that one. Sorry, I'm nerding out over World of Warcraft.
No,
Thank
we
you,
love
Waze.
it.
Fever.
We love
Point
it.
me in the right direction now. Ah.
I don't think any one of us is going to complain about you nerding out over something. Because
Nope.
last I checked, we were a bunch of nerds, all three of us.
No, not
Yeah,
Four
but
of
me.
at
us.
least with Waze, you just know that I need more direction.
No,
There
we
was.
thrive on the nerding off.
Right. Speaking of nerding off, there was an article this week says that gaming is a good thing for the workplace, apparently.
You don't say.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
How's that phrase go? All work and no play makes Nord a dull boy.
well, the title of it is also like, so if you'll excuse me, I'm off to do some extensive training. So
If you'll excuse me.
the whole thing is talking about team building
Improving
and
my
whatnot.
hand-eye coordination. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. Like the whole thing is talking about, and it's not just limited to like video games. One of the examples they gave was the overall benefit for playing 1 hour D&D session for 7 days a week. You know, like if you just like had an hour and you just played D&D.
Don't tempt
Yep.
me with a good time.
It was like overall, like teamwork goes up, overall morale improves, like that. This also goes for any game medium, whether it's commercial or non-commercial brain game, like that. And I that years ago, and I'm telling you that now. And somebody had to write an article about it. Thank you, Andy, for writing it. But yeah, no, like it's always been a thing. Like think about any multiplayer game. Take a role. Healer, you're damage. You're a tank, and you together and communicate. Can you imagine like a whole office raid or something like that? Pick a game. We'll talk about our previous topic. WoW. Could you imagine like an office WoW? Like, hey, we're gonna go raid for lunch.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
so good.
So
I mean, I think that would be wicked, so.
yeah, like everybody pops open in the break room, but it's hot as fuck because all the CPUs
What
are
did you want to
spinning.
order? Some Ryujinx.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm down.
there's that. I've always been a big proponent of like play more games. It'll make you feel better. The way to escape it, social aspect, work with people.
Team building, group work, communication. Like the list goes on and on and on.
Oh, speaking of work and WoW and stuff like that, my old supervisor, I saw I peeped her tattoo on her forearm. She had a horde symbol on her forearm. So I walked up behind her and I was like, "Oh." And she literally almost punched me for that.
Probably some
That's
PTSD.
amazing.
It
She's
was
like, I
almost an
don't
HR
understand where
event.
that came from. I'm like, you have the horde tattoo, Loktar Ogar, and la 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 la.
Loktar Uwu.
No. No uwu. No.
Well, they do have the Volpera, so it is Uwu.
God damn it.
Oh, that's my Prot Warriors,
Oh, well.
Volpera.
Yes, I saw cutie. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Last thing on the list of crap to talk about. You guys know how Doom runs on everything, right?
Yes.
Everything.
Soon on a meat
Everything.
robot.
What? Oh, and we'll get to that in a second. Like every year, there's always a challenge. They've got Doom running on candy bars, on toothbrushes, the whole thing.
Oh, I know. I know what it is. I know what it is.
The meat
I
robot?
can
Yeah, I've
relate
shown you.
to it. No. I can relate to it. Potato.
Oh yeah, they ran Doom on 100 rotten potatoes.
You know, if we ever like came together as a species and focused
We
on
live in a
big
society.
things that focus on one target as much as we do about putting Doom on everything, we would be so much more well advanced and better off.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we're gonna play Doom on some potatoes.
Well, that's mandatory.
Well, apparently they're trying to get quantum computers to do it, and it could barely run the first level in wireframe.
Aw.
You know what it wouldn't run on? You know what it wouldn't work with?
Hmm.
The Joker 2 movie.
Oh, I've
Oof.
heard nothing but bad things. I'm
No,
so
what? No, we are not
sad.
going there. I literally just watched that last night, and if you guys think it's shit, we can't be friends. Like it is.
Is
Like,
it? Because I've seen nothing but bad stuff.
it accentuates all the crazy of what. Like I'm not
Well,
going to give
yeah,
any
I saw
spoilers
a
here, but
I saw a preview of it, like the commercial, and yeah, he looks like a lunatic, and that's normal for him.
yeah, it was. And like even in the first Joker, or
Yeah,
the with
Sure, yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix, he was crazy. Like he had mental stability. Like that's the whole thing. And he had a thing where whenever he was nervous, he would laugh.
yeah, that's
Wow.
Joker in a nutshell. He's batshit insane.
Yeah. I mean, even like, like not everybody can be Mark Hamill's Joker. Right? That's a whole
Right.
different level of crazy. Not everybody, I mean, nobody can be Heath Ledger's Joker. That's another level of insane. Joaquin Phoenix has really put himself out there, and I like the fact that they're coming out with these DC movies. Like, have you seen the Batman movie that came
The
out?
latest one,
Yeah.
I need to see. I've been wanting to sit down and watch because I need to compare Sparkly Vampire Boy as
It is
Batman.
good. Like even the Riddler, it is so gritty and down to earth. Like it's not like I'm a
It's not stupid
superhero.
like all the others.
Yeah, it's not like I've got super intelligence and can figure shit out and stuff like that or whatever the fuck that Batman does. I am the
He's a
like
vigilante.
yeah, he's a vigilante, a rich vigilante. Like that's it. Like he's just a dude.
I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't
All right,
seen it,
had to.
you need to go see it. It's really good.
It's all right. Les and Jake did that song, and it was for Good Burger. Yay.
Yep, that's why I sang it. But yeah, I need to see that, and I want to see the Joker movie. I really do, because the two movies I wanted to see at the end of the year have got nothing but crap thrown at them. That was the Beetlejuice movie and this movie. I want to see them and have my own opinion on it. I don't like.
I hate critics that say it or people with like narrow minds of what they want things. It's like the same people that are like, um, not fact checking, but like lore checking, like Star Wars and stuff. Whenever a new Star Wars movie,
Oh gosh,
right, or a spinoff,
that's a different kettle of fish altogether. Them Star Wars neckbeards.
Well,
right?
I guess I got worried because they said that the movie seems to be doing as bad as the Morbius movie.
That's the kind of things I'm seeing. I'm like, is it really that bad? Is it
Uh,
really?
Can't be as bad as Borderlands.
No, there's no way.
I haven't even seen that one yet, and I heard that one fell apart. And of course, Jack Black also fell apart on the set of. I think even Jason Momoa fell apart on the set of Minecraft.
I think
Yeah,
he should have just stuck with the Bowser role.
I
Just
think so
called it.
too. Hmm.
I think we talked about that like last time we were here. Like Jack Black's in literally everything, and
Yeah.
Amy doesn't like it.
I
The jet.
think he's
Yeah,
a
I'm
bad
sorry. I'm just
actor
like,
and he's annoying. And the fact that they got him to be Claptrap was perfect. Like the most annoying character in Borderlands being played by the most annoying actor I've seen in a very long time.
If we go by that standard, I would have said let Will Ferrell be Claptrap.
It was something.
He's not nearly as annoying
yes,
though.
but he's
I disagree.
amazing.
I can't stand Will Ferrell. The only movie I can watch with him in it and not throw up is Elf, and that's it.
I knew you
E-
were gonna say that.
That
Everything
one
else
makes me
annoys me.
cringe so much I pass out.
So, then we're gonna have to disagree and agree on the whole comedy thing then.
No, but I did like him on the Funny or Die stuff with the his landlord Pearl, his daughter. You pay me now, bitch. You.
Now the kid, the child was funnier than him. Let's be real.
Yeah, I love that though. I was like, oh, she's so cute. But she shouldn't say bad words. She's gonna forget that though, hopefully.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, new Beetlejuice movie, good. It really accentuates who Beetlejuice is. He wasn't just like a side character stepped in. Interesting, they really lore out. Uh, Joker movie,
Lore.
Joker movie, really good. Second one also great. It's hours, and I sat in a movie theater and ate chicken.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So I could attest that it's true. I wouldn't even drink.
Well, I will need. I really need to go see it. I really want to. It's on my list of I have tos. So.
Well, speaking of have to, let's finish up this conversation. Quandoom
Oh yeah,
requires
we got so far off track.
70,000 qubits and 80 million gates to run. So that's the thing. And right now, the largest qubit that we have for gates are concerned is like 1,225. So
Give a ELI 5 version of a qubit.
I don't really know what it is either. I know that it is an atom that is contained inside of the chip that is in a superposition until observed, and the other qubits kind of check it. It's based on the idea that as long as it's not observed, it is in any position. Why you can have on, off, and on and off. So 1, 0, and 1, 0. That's about as dumb as I can break it down. I'll come back with something next week. What a qubit. That's how you do the processing. It's just one.
So explain the meat thing then.
Oh yeah,
Doom.
Meet Doom.
So there's a science channel on YouTube based out of Montreal called the Thought Emporium, and they do all kinds of weird science experiments, like embalming a chicken using the exact same incantations and liquids that ancient Egyptians did. I don't know actually. I guess the embalming fluid. They also have
chicken.
made a single-use instant hot dog boiler that runs on thermite because that is something we do apparently. They've made a meat berry, a meat leaf. They've made chicken soup out of just straight powdered chemicals. It's entertaining. So anyways, they're mad scientists, and they wanted to see if they could get a bunch of rat neurons to play Doom 1. Now, if you've never played it, you're incredibly young. Go to bed. It's bedtime.
Get out of here. Get off
here,
my
it's bedtime.
lawn, kid.
But if you ever watch Doom 1 and you play it from the map mode, like when I think it's you hit tab to bring up the map, and you only use that. Doom is actually a flat game because there's no ability to jump. It requires sprinting to make the jumps, quote unquote, but the whole thing is done on a 2D plane, and the guns always shoot what's dead center of the screen. So the idea is you have an array that their neurons can sit in, and you excite them with electricity. Obviously, it's going to be low voltage. And it turns out neurons like different types of stimulus, just like we as humans do. So when we get happy things, we feel happy, and our brain has happy electron transfers and shit like that. So neurons like specific wavelengths of electricity to make them happy. They also have angry signals, which they don't like. So different wavelength and voltage of power will make them get a little bit angry. So the idea is you train the neurons to stick to the path, or wherever they are. Don't go into the bad stuff, and if they do, it's going to cause angry voltage to come across them, and then they'll be like, okay, I don't want to go this way. Then they go back up onto the path. They stop getting hurt, and it goes to just a neutral signal for them. So then the neurons know that, okay, this part is good, over there is bad, we will go this way. As they start taking damage and they start seeing projectiles coming towards them, that's going to intensify angry voltages. And when they kill things, they're going to be rewarded with happy voltages. So they learn to kill things. And the entire idea is this is a proof of concept to see if they can actually make a robot made of meat. Because of course you do. They have an entire playlist on YouTube. Unfortunately, YouTube does not let you sort a playlist by the date they were added. So if you watch the playlist, you have to start at the bottom and work your way to the top. I will link it in chat here. It is a lot of fun. They are absolutely mad scientists. And they even went as far as trying out different chemicals, mixtures that you could use to grow neurons in. Because if you've ever seen like a culture of bacteria or
Mm-hmm.
cells, they're grown in like a red, orangey liquid.
Yep.
Kind of looks like Gatorade. Someone on r/biochemistry tried it out. Apparently, it does not taste like Gatorade,
You don't say.
but it has the exact same chemical makeup as far as sugars go, as carbohydrates go, as electrolytes go. It's basically the same stuff, just a little bit different. Officially, it's called DMEM, which stands for Delbeco's Modified Eagle Medium. Now, unfortunately, and this I'm ripping right off the Thought Emporium, it contains no eagles. So the actual stuff doesn't have real eagles, unfortunate. But what they did is they tried a whole bunch of different liquids to try and grow cells in them. And it turns out you can get about 60 or 70% survival rate in Gatorade. And there is a very specific health water available in Japan. And it had somewhere around like 90% survival rate. And they were using DMEM as like the baseline. And all of this is they're doing that because DMEM is really expensive and Gatorade is dirt fucking cheap. So they read a bunch of research papers, including some stuff that was done by some Japanese students a number of years ago, where they tried this health water and they tried they just tried the health water. So they were like, what can we do with this? Maybe we can also try Gatorade. And so they tried Gatorade. They tried a bunch of things, including vitamin water. Now, the funny thing with vitamin water, and before you think that it's horrible for you, it had like just everything died. All the cells died within a day. And it's likely because of they've got food coloring in that drink. So it's likely because of that, not necessarily that vitamin water is going to kill your brain. It's just neurons apparently can't digest food coloring. Go figure. But yeah, they're working on a meat robot to play Doom.
Meat.
All of that
Detected.
just so it can play Doom.
Like I'm looking at the titles: a leaf made of meat,
Yep.
growing rat neurons to play Doom, turning Gatorade into meat.
Yep.
I am both disgusted and intrigued.
But pretty soon you're going to be able to barbecue anything, Cajun, so it'll be just fine. Speaking of barbecue, let's
Indeed.
talk about our round table. We got 10 minutes to wrap this up, so let's do it. Crit, tell us about what you're doing.
Well, I'm going to be playing World of Warcraft again, and also hopefully still playing World of Warcraft again when the electricity hopefully doesn't go out for the hurricane.
Yeah, she's rocking the hurricane season like a boss.
Rocket.
Not really. I mean, we're looking at a potential category 2 to 4. So we
Pretty
have the next
intense.
4 days of hunkering down and trying to avoid flooding.
Pretty intense. Talk to you. Keep in touch with Amy. But he can relay all this.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I'm not going anywhere without Amy. I mean, I'm always like every single day I'm talking to him. So
Yeah.
if something happens, then he knows. Unless I'm like, and still, I have my ways. I could be like, I'll just like
With
take my car and
Thrall,
travel
even.
to different towns, and then like call him randomly on a number and be like, hey, it's me, the crit chicken.
The crit.
The crit of
Okay.
chickens.
The crick of
Yeah, no,
tinders.
we're always in contact with each other, so
And also
if
D&D.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. Do you want to tell them about that or you want me to?
You can. I
All
really.
right. So Crit and I got involved with D&D with some people from Jalen server. And the very first adventure we had outside of the prison intro, we were on a boat.
I'm on a
I'm on a boat.
boat.
Yeah, perfect. And yours truly did what yours truly does,
You ripped
which
some faces
was,
off?
well, I broke the ice, we'll say.
Hmm.
Because when you're playing with new people, everyone's kind of trying to feel each other out and figure out, like, what's going to be acceptable to say or do with this group versus other groups you might play with. Uh, so I have my wonderful robot that likes to help. And we were on a boat that was looking like it was going to crash into a harbor. So Get Fucked did what Get Fucked do, which was be helpful by jumping overboard to become the anchor. And in that server, my Discord server name is now Professional Boat Anchor, which is appropriate.
F.
And I saved the boat, and I got beat up fairly badly for my trouble. And if it wasn't for the wonderful Crit Chicken, who is playing a map hack or a mop hack, depending on how you want to pronounce it, I call it map hack because they get where they're not supposed to. And yeah, she saved my ass because I was getting beat up pretty badly. And the last thing you want is for your healer to go down. And I was dying. So she used her tiny little raccoon fingers to fix my robot and make him not die. It was rather entertaining.
Yeah, because I did
That's
scrounge
amazing.
crafting and I have my little tinker tools. I
Yep.
was the only one who had the tinker tools.
Yeah. So she rolled, like, I hit 0 HP. So in D&D, if you don't know, 0 HP doesn't kill you instantly. It just makes you go unconscious, and then you have to do a mechanic called a death save, which, it's a roll of the dice. And if the dice gods don't like you and you roll a nat 1, well, then you're dead.
Like, bye.
So I was prepping a new character, as one does when you're at 0 HP. And she rolled medicine check to see if she could stabilize me, and she was successful. So RP wise, the story goes that she used her tiny little raccoon fingers to fix my happy little robot, who was more than happy to jump overboard, be a boat anchor, or to be a boat anchor, and then get into a fight with other people, as one does. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a really good intro to this group, and I may have accidentally stolen the show, and I feel kind of bad for that. I have been told that nobody was offended by that, and they were rather entertained by the hijinks of my stupid robot. So yeah, it's
It
gonna be a good
was it
time.
was funny though
Good.
because I used one of my actions to wear a robe and I was like, wait, no, I put it no, that's the action suite. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they
And then
when we first got
and then
introduced to
I did
everybody. Sorry, go ahead.
and then I did I think it was a critical uh not 20 to stabilize you.
No, oh yeah, it may have been, but
Third time. Third
the
time the
the
charm.
robe thing was the very first episode we encountered some wizards who were quite a lot higher level, and in the other two groups that are doing the same campaign but just in different physical areas in the map, they got nearly killed, every one of them. But she walks up to them and says, "Hey, can I have your robe?" Rolls high enough on a charisma check, and the wizard's like, "Fine." I just fucking
No, it
steals
wasn't.
the.
No, I didn't roll. They didn't like me, but there was someone else that actually rolled charisma check to
Oh right,
actually,
yeah. We
yeah.
somehow got out of that fight that should have sent a few people to the death plane. But we were lucky enough that through our cursed stupidity, we didn't lose anyone.
We stole a ship.
Yes, we got on a
Aircraft.
boat.
Job.
Yeah,
Good
it was good
job.
times. It was a
Yay!
lot of fun. This group of people is a lot of fun to play with, and I can't wait to play more with them because they're not entirely murder hobos, and I have played in the past with a group of people that are primarily murder hobos. And while that can be fun from time to time, every now and then it's just like, okay, we're distracting from the actual story. Can we stop murdering everybody we see for like 5
That
seconds,
was the
please?
start and the end of our relationship.
Oh,
Mm,
boo.
Yay! Yeah.
God
Hey,
damn it.
I've been enjoying my Halloween dad jokes, so
All right.
Have I been?
well, at least the necromancer one.
Ship, I got another one in me.
Yeah.
So, Amy, I take it you're going to be paying attention to Crit and playing D&D where you can?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Cajun, tell us if you're going to be shuckling or not. What's going on this week?
What is going on this week? Let's think. Well, I am finally gonna hopefully have little man's computer back up and running. I had to order a brand new heat sink.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you were asking me questions about that. Yeah.
yeah. The water cooler that was in there is done. Like, there's no way I could salvage it. So I was seeing if mine from my old machine could work. And then I realized a heat sink from 2009 probably wouldn't be a good idea to put in a more modern machine. So my brother took a look at it because it's his old machine, and he pointed me in the right direction of some more um, adequate heat sinks that are up to par with the motherboard that's in there. So I got to get it ordered and get it in. That way he can get back up and running, so we can get his YouTube channel up and running because he's dying to get his little Mector robot out into the YouTube. So we got
Uh,
that running, and I am still working on some artwork and stuff on the background to try to get things up and running for me as well. It's just we're at the end of the year and people come to the hospital twice as often, so my my body and brain are just trying to keep up with the creativity that's running around in the hamster wheel, but sometimes it just don't work. So we're taking it one day at a time.
well, what am I doing? I just got finished doing a bunch of upgrades on my laptop. I have more storage for more podcast things.
I saw that all the like upgrades, people
Yeah,
upgrades.
I've maxed out the memory on this machine. Like right now, I'm not even using half of it to do this. Take almost 96% now. Okay, so good.
How much RAM did you put in? I don't remember.
216 sticks, so 32 total. That's what this
Okay.
That's what this motherboard will recognize. Unless it'll take 232 sticks, but looking at the max memory put into it, it said 2, so I didn't know if that was gigs at a time or if it could or if it just 32 gigs easier to get a pair of 16. Don't get me wrong, if I could put 232s in there, I didn't want to mess with it. Memory has been an issue when it comes to streaming anyway. I think that as far as coming back to streaming is concerned, I'm still taking care of stuff in my own house. The podcast is going to be a thing, and that's what I'm allotting time for. Back and see us every Saturday. If you haven't joined our Discord, discord.gg forward slash the UDP broadcast. Come join us. There's always something going on. Banana Tune streams Warframe inside and every once in a while you'll catch me in there doing pirates. I think I was doing Hard Space Shipbreaker, which is a fun game if you haven't played it. And I just
I
just fired up Satisfactory, so I'm probably going to do that as soon as this podcast is over. And we
That was the other thing I'm doing. Sorry. Yes.
yeah. Now this 1.0, I wanted to give it a shot. So I literally just finished getting all the hub upgrades. So now I'm in like tier 1 and 2. So
Nice.
I'm gonna mess around with that. What I can do with it. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Play WoW, play a bunch of games, figure out what's going on. I have terabytes worth of storage now, so I'm not gonna run out of time soon, and it's all super fast SSD.
Yeehaw.
I'll stay for
Gotta
the
go
win.
fast.
Oh, dude, it is ridiculous. Like I was downloading from Steam, and it's just like disk bandwidth taken 2 gigabits per second. I'm like, holy shit! All right, well we're doing this now, and that's in writes.
For a
So,
ludicrous speed, good sir.
but that's it. That's all I got. Episode 80 in the books. Quantum Fried Chicken. Yeah.
Quantum
Yeehaw.
fried chicken. That's awesome.
Yeah. Next week, are we good for next week, or we got stuff going on? Because we are approaching the holidays and things are happening. I know Crit's got hurricane stuff going on, so her will be depending on how much cleanup she's going to have to do if things roll through there. So,
Go play it by ear.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so. Cool. In that case, be on the lookout for episode 81 next week. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great night.
Take care now. Bye-bye then. And as always,
Squawk, squawk, bagawk.
God damn it.
you stay awesome, you stay classy, and as always,
Don't
be a dick.